Okay, this is part 2 of how to create a quiz inside of Moodle. I'm assuming that you watched part 1 where we created the quiz shell itself. That would be quiz 1 right here, but we haven't added any quiz questions and we're going to do that now. Notice that we have the instructions here that we discussed in the last video. Let's go inside. Inside the quiz shell, you'll see that we have the name of the quiz here, the directions for your students here, the quiz opening date and time, the quiz closing date and time, the time limit, the grading method, and it also tells us that no questions have been added to the quiz yet. So we would click on Edit Quiz, and it will take us to the page where we can add questions and create new questions. Notice on this page you have the question bank contents right here, and if you don't see all of this, you probably have it hidden. So you have hide and show, these options here. Once you click on that, then they will reappear. I should mention that if you don't have any questions created already in your quiz bank area, then you probably won't see much here. But there's several buttons on this page that will allow you to create new questions. This one here and this one here. So let's do that now. We're going to create a question. We will make it true or false. This will take us to a page where we can create the question. First we'd name it. This is where we write the question out. This is how many points you would assign to the question. Here you'd have feedback, and here you would supply the correct answer. In this case it would be true. Once the correct answer is set, you can also provide feedback if the response was true, and feedback if the response was false. If we scroll down a bit, we have an option for setting multiple tries, and this will explain to you all about that if you want to engage that. And in the tags area, I did some research and discovered that the tags actually don't work in this version of Moodle yet, so we would probably skip that area and say Save Changes. And as we can see over here, and it actually does a really nice job of highlighting the question. This question has now been created and sits in your question bank on the side here. And if we wanted to add it, we could click on the double arrows here. And there it is, the first question in our quiz. We can add new questions. For example, multiple choice. And again, we would put the question name and the question text, and again we have the default mark, which means how many points for this question. We have general feedback, and we can decide whether one answer is correct or more than one is correct. You can choose to shuffle the choices, and the question mark will give you more details on that. You can also choose how you want the choices numbered, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, etc. And now you would indicate the answers in the choice areas, with each choice having a field where you can indicate the answer, you can assign a grade, and you can give feedback. Notice that you can either go with none, which means this is not a correct answer and you get no points, or 100% where this is the correct answer. But you can also add a variety of percentages in case you wanted to make this question have more than one correct answer. So in this case, I indicated that choice number 3, Jupiter, is correct by indicating 100% grade on this, and on others indicating the grade is 0 or none. Notice that you have a lot of word processing options here, so you could actually change the font if you wanted. For example, I could highlight this text and click on the Select Text Color and change the color to draw attention to it. We would scroll down now and look at some of the other features. You can do combined feedback for any correct response, for a partially correct response, and any incorrect response. As we scroll down, you can see that you can also give penalties for each incorrect try by %. Click here for more information. You can also give hints with the option of clearing an incorrect response or showing the number of correct responses. You can add as many hints as you like. And again, tags are not supported in this version. So let's save our changes. And here we find it automatically added to our quiz. In order to preview the quiz and check out some other features of the quiz, we will go over here and minimize the navigation block so that we can see the settings block. And you can see that you have a lot of options here. Right here would be your preview. So you can see what the quiz looks like in the view that the students will see. Another great feature is the user override. If you click on the user override, it will allow you to choose a particular student and allow the student extra time, allow the student extra attempts if they need it. And this is a question that comes up every once in a while with students that may have a disability. So you can allow a particular student extra time or extra attempts with this option. And don't forget to save your changes. Another useful feature is the logs area. If you click on this, you'll see that you can select an individual student and get a log or a record of when they attempted the quiz or even just viewed the quiz. So this is pretty handy if you want to have a look and see how your students are doing. So you would choose the student in the All Participants drop-down, and it will give you a record of the activity for that student. We'll talk more about creating quizzes in the next video. Thank you.